The SEC just ended XRP. That is what the timeline has been saying, but nobody sent you the page that says otherwise. The SEC cancelled its own crypto vote in writing on the government website dated August 13th, the night before it was due. I'll show you the exact sentence. Vanessa Countryman signs these notices for the whole commission. So that is the top of the building talking. This is your XRP news desk. I opened that page myself before this whole video. Here is what is missing from it. A reason, not a weak reason, none. There is one field for changes, and that field says the thing is off. Nothing explains why, and nothing tells you when instead. A body that wants to look decisive publishes a reason. A body that has walked into a problem publishes a form, and the problem is bigger than the noise around it. What came off the board had nothing to do with ETFs, price, or anything being shouted about it in the last 24 hours. It was about who is allowed to sell a crypto asset in America and on what paperwork. That is the machinery sitting under every token that has never been to court. XRP has been to court. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, because I'm reading the real pages on this instead of the fake stories going around. Tap the hype button while you're down there. A form with no reason on it cannot tell you what was lost. For that, you have to read the thing that was supposed to happen, and the SEC published that 3 days earlier. Investment contracts. 2 words, and they carry the whole history of XRP in American law. That is the exact category Ripple was dragged through for years. There was one item on that page, not a list, not a morning of business. 1. The corporate finance lawyers were going to ask the commission a single question. Should America build a purpose-made front door for selling this asset class? The alternative is what everybody uses now, a 1946 court-tested written for orange grooves. That is the door every new token in this country is queuing at. It is also the door XRP does not need. XRP's own investment contract question went through a federal courtroom years ago and came out the other side, while the rest of the market is still waiting on the Clarity Act to be written. So when the crowd tells you that the SEC just ended XRP, ask which room they think XRP was standing in. The answer is on your screen, and XRP is not on it. Somebody told the whole market to show up. Stand with Crypto is the industry's own advocacy group, and it is an invitation to a broadcast that is not going to happen. Somebody sent them a correction. That is the shape of the trap, and the trap is not the SEC. It is the version of the story that reached everybody first. In the same window, the loudest telling going around was that Washington had gone around Congress and crypto rules were landing right now. Thousands of people got that version. It went out hours before the SEC took the only item on that agenda off its own board. Nobody who believed it was warned, and none of them are being told now. 3 hours before the cancellation, the reporter closest to this was telling people the meeting was on, and she was already reporting that something else had slipped. Terrett covers this beat properly, and I'll hold her to exactly what she wrote. One unnamed source, the word could. She is not asserting a cause, and neither am I. What I give you is the sequence. Because the timestamps are public, 2 things sat in the SEC's plate. One was a tokenized carve-out for putting real shares on blockchain rails. The other was the offering rules I just showed you. The carve-out slipped first. 3 hours later, the whole session went. If those two are connected, the connection is an argument inside the Clarity Act about how tokenized assets get treated. That is people haggling over how much room to give this technology. It is very different from people deciding it should not exist. So let me be exact about my own confidence. Nobody has published a cause, and I'm not inventing one on air. What is not in doubt is the direction of travel. The SEC spent 4 years suing this asset class and is now writing it a front door. A front door that arrives late is still a front door. And the words the SEC chose is about its own delay. And the words the SEC chose about its own delay are the most bullish thing on any page I've opened tonight. Read this sentence like a lawyer, because a spokesperson wrote it and every word was chosen. Moved to a later date is not abandoned, and it is not under review. It is the language of a thing that still exists, and has not lost its slot. And notice where that sentence lives. A reporter's post, sourced to a spokesperson. It is on neither page I showed you. The market has spent a full day repeating a reason that is printed on no page I've shown you. I will not pretend to show you the new day because there isn't one. And if anybody hands you one this week, they completely made it up. There is also a mechanic almost nobody mentions. A commission does not need a public session to act. It can circulate a proposal and collect the votes in writing, which means the gavel that did not fall is a schedule problem, not a permission problem. Meanwhile, the XRP price sits around that $1 mark. The live XRP price chart right now says $1 flat inside a 24-hour band between 99 cents and $1.01. I rechecked the direction against a live chart right here. A flat tape is not a verdict. It is a market that has not read the page yet, and while the SEC was clearing its own board, a second federal building left its date exactly where it was. Chairman Selig runs the cftc, and that is his committee still sitting on a public calendar with a date beside it. One building emptied its slot and printed no replacement. The other left its date up. That is the answer to the question the loudest posts are asking. And the answer is no. The American state did not go dark on crypto in the last 24 hours. So let me put the week together, because no single page carries this, and you cannot get it from just one single headline. 3 dated crypto actions were live on federal calendars this week. The SEC's own regulated crypto assets item, which was going to propose the offering rules off the board. The tokenization carve-out further delayed per one source with the word could attached. And the CFTC's Innovation Advisory Committee, August 20th, still standing. 2 of those 3 came inside one afternoon. The third never moved. That is not an ending, it is a queue. Nothing that came off the board this week touched whether XRP is a security. XRP took that question through a federal courtroom and came out the other side, while every other asset is still waiting for its rules to be written. Same XRP, it's a different queue. The tokens waiting on that pooled rule got their door shut for a week. The one asset that already walked through lost nothing. And the calendar it actually cares about still has a date on it. Next up, I'm on the filing that reprices an entire $1 billion XRP treasury. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that one lands right in front of you, because it changes how much XRP sits beside every single share. Regulators do not build front doors for asset classes they intend to end. Stack facts, not fear, and I'll see you in the next one.